I was wondering if you could, tell us the history of Uyeda Shoe Store and, to let us know, how it got started and where it was located. And I think we would really like to know that. Okay.
Oh, well, Uyeda Shoe Store started doing business from 1915, in the upper 4th Street, near the corner of YMCA.
So the vineyard.
YMCA was located at the corner of 4th and Vineyard Street, you see, my father-in-law, Saijiro Uyeda, who had come from Japan, got married, the wife Hatsuno came from Japan as a bride, and they started having children one by one, but he was just delivery man for this sake brewing company. And he was doing it for a few years when a friend told him, Mr. Uyeda, your family is growing and, it's going to be hard on you to just being a delivery boy. So why don't you take up shoe repairing? Maybe it might be better. So he went ahead and then he learned how to repair shoes. And in 1915, where he started his business, as I told you, was located near YMCA. And aside from doing repair work, he put in a few pairs of shoes. That started him with shoe business.
Right.
And gradually, he started putting in more shoes because he was doing pretty good business selling shoes. So the main business he had was starting
like retail,
shoes, Then both he and the wife got busy and started selling shoes. They were there from 1915 to 1932. But my mother-in-law realized that business wasn't as good, because there weren't many pedestrians,
Right.
So she went to Palama side to check, Then she saw more people walking around. And she thought it would be better if, they could move up there. And fortunately, there was one open space in that building near Liha Street on King Street. So then they decided moving there. And in 1932, late in 1932, they moved to the Palama district, And they were there continuously. But then in 1934, my husband, who was in Japan, came back, and my mother-in-law figured that he would need more education, English education. So she sent him to Mid Pacific Institute, where he was there for a few years. And then after that, he became a full-time worker at Uyeda Shoe Store. Then they did pretty well. And in the meantime, he got married to me.
That was 1940.
That was in 1943. And we continued doing business until 1957, when we were told by Oahu Railway Company, who was the boss of that building, and they had planned on tearing down the building and replaced with a new one. So all of us tenants, there were about 10, 12 tenants in that building. We had to get out, you know. Oh, we didn't know where to go, you know, and looked around here and there. But then someone told us that Moilili would be good, you know. But I thought, oh, you know, Moilili has nothing but flower shops. I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder if, you know, you get to sell shoes, right?
Also, I was told that fabric shop, in Moilili was doing very well. So I thought, oh, maybe, you know, we'll go there. And
that was Cooney's, right? Was it called Cooney's? Cooney's Dry Goods. Oh,
and fortunately, a building was coming up. Mr. Takahashi was building a building right at the corner of King and University Avenues. So my husband went to see Mr. Takahashi, and we were able to move into one of the shops. And there were Dixon's, you know, Kunihisa family store, Dixon's, and a dress shop. And then
Beniya, what's a Beniya? Shokudo.
Huh?
Beniya. There was a food place,
yeah,
next.
Beniya Shokudo. Yeah. So we moved into that location in 1957. And you know, it turned out to be pretty good, you know. And we started to have pretty good number of customers coming to patronize us. And we were there from 1957 to
2015, 2015. Right, you're from 1950.
2015,
right, yeah.
Almost 57 years, you know.
Wow.
We were there 57 years. But then we were told that they're gonna knock down that building. And so all of us had to get out again. But fortunately, Claire was able to find an empty space in the next building.
You know, wait, just backing up a bit. So Claire, she took over the business when?
Yeah. In 1981. You know, Daddy was getting old already. He wanted to retire. And so since Claire was working at Liberty House Youth Department and had some, you know, training there, he thought it would be good for us to have Claire take over. And Claire was very anxious too, see. So she took over the store in 1981. And since then, my husband retired and she had, you know, taken care of the store, And I retired when I was 91 years old.
Ooh, wow. So actually you just been retired for about
I
10
retired
years, see?
because I fell down and fractured my hip, you see. Otherwise, maybe I would still be working.
Yeah. And so Claire fortunately found a location.
Right next to the building. You know, University Plaza building, and she's doing business in that corner. So please don't forget there's ample parking space in that area, and you can come and visit her.
You know, looking back at so many years that you dedicated, you know, your life to support Dad and, you know, work as a husband and wife team, you know, working the shoe store. Can you kind of share maybe some of your thoughts? Can you comment on that? You know, how were you able to manage, you know, raising a family and going to the shoe store? So what was your thoughts on that?
Each other, and during the early times, we were open until, you know, doing business in the evening until maybe about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So I had to come home and prepare dinner and then take the tray down to the store so my husband could have his dinner at the store.
And you know, funny, I don't remember being brought to a babysitter. So how did you manage the time, you know?
Yeah, my mother-in-law, your grandma used to take care of all of you.
Yeah.
When you were little kids, I took all of you to Button's house in Makiki, and that's how I was able to go down to the store to help Daddy.
So didn't you come home? I mean, like, you must have been so tired after a long day. So, you know,
but I guess we were still young yet, so we could somehow handle it.
Because I remember you were just, you know, always busy.
Think I can handle it now, but
oh, of course. But I don't know, from my perspective, I think you did an excellent job of, you know, being mother, you know, and a wife, and, you know, being able to.
I was able to do all that because everybody supported me, and we had a happy family. Yeah, and each Sunday, Daddy would take all of you to go boating. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was Daddy's happy pastime. He loved his boat. Yeah, and boating to take you all out to go fishing and water skiing, yeah?
And he used to take us to...
All of my 4 kids could water ski, you know, yeah?
Yeah, I remember the sandbar, right? He used to take us to the sandbar.
We went to the sandbar to enjoy. At that time, sandbar was all just like our special island, because no one was there. It was all... The island belonged to us, you know. Maybe once in a while, 1 or 2 families would come, you know, to join us. But then, as a whole, the whole sandbar was our property because nobody came to bother us.
That's right. So those are the, you know, good old days, right? And you know, that's, I think,
those
holds a lot of memory.
Good old days, yeah.
Right. I know I used to get up early and prepare the food, make the musubi and everything, right? You know, pack up.
I used to make the bento, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Them
great.
were the good old days.
Yeah. Also great. Thank you. So I'm sure that, you know, the shoe store will, you know, continue to, you know, thrive. And I guess Daddy gave us good training because we had to sell shoes at an early age, right?
Yes.
Alan.
You people had to come and helped the store just before school opening.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you people would be sitting down waiting for customers to come in. Then all day we were very busy, you know, helping people to buy shoes to get ready for school opening. Yeah.
Because those days, you know, wearing shoes was required.
The students all had to wear
but
shoes
yeah, it's
to
different
go
now.
to school. So school opening days were very busy days for our shoe store. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much, Mom. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm so old and forgetful, and I can't remember the names of a lot of things.
But anything else you want to say about the shoe store? Anything?
No, I think I've said enough.
And did you've seen the new shoe store, correct? You've seen the new shoe store, the one that Claire is presently located at, the new one. Have you seen the new shoe store? The new one, the University Plaza store. Have you seen that shoe store?
I was there till...
No, the new one. You know, the new shoe store, the one on University Plaza.
Oh. I visited there only once.
Oh, I see.
And I was so happy, that one of our relatives had helped to, you know, renovate that place, and make it into a nice shoe store,
Okay. Thank you, Mom. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You know what I wanted to? Okay, that's good. We can look at it later.